Now, the next thing, we'll try to understand the SD-WAN WAN edge licenses. We'll see how we can generate those required licenses using the smart account for the edge devices. And also we'll see how we can connect them to the controllers. So before we connect those WAN edge devices to the controllers, we need to obtain the necessary licenses from the Cisco site. Again, you need to go to softwares.cisco.com, log in with your Cisco account. So I already logged in with my account. Now, once you logged in, then probably you need to get access to the option called Manage a Smart Account. So we click on the option called Manage Smart Account. Now, once you click on this, then there will be a couple of options here. So we need to select the virtual accounts. Now, this virtual account, what is virtual account? Is a kind of a sub account within your smart account. So they are used inside your organization to manage your company licenses for a specific needs. So in this case, you can see there is a default virtual account, and I have a SD-WAN lab kind of thing. So similar way, we can create this kind of virtual accounts for different requirements. So in this case, the next step will be we need to click on create a new virtual account. Then once you provide this, you can just type in any account settings like SD-WAN lab 1, some virtual account name, probably the parent. Parent is like you can either create a subdomain, and there will be a couple of options here. You want to provide this access level private or public virtual account. So this is basically to protect your customers' sensitive information, because if you want, you can put your accounts in a public or private at that particular point, because like public accounts are searchable, so searchable inside your Cisco login, whereas your private accounts or private virtual accounts will not be searchable. You will not get any result if anyone searches for that. So basically, you can use any one of these options. Generally, we use a private option, and then you can provide some kind of preferred end date option here. These are kind of optional. You can skip this. And once you click on next, then it's going to ask you some other information here. It's asking the user details. So basically, I'm going to notify the users and the group owner. Just tick that. And then we need to create a virtual account. So once you do this, there will be a virtual account created. Now I can just click on this virtual account. And if I want to modify, I can just modify it from here as well. So next thing, once we create a virtual account, now what we need to do is we need to download the WAN edge licenses. And for that, we need to use an option called plug and play connect. So go back to your homepage, Cisco software control, and click on plug and play connect. Now here you can see there are specific licenses which I have already downloaded here. You can find this information. Now here what I want to do is I want to add new softwares. Now here we can add kind of devices here by clicking on adding the devices, where I can either import the CSV file which I get from Cisco, or I can enter the devices manually. Now in my case, I'm not using the hardware devices, so I'll be using the software devices. So I'll be going back to the plug and play connect option, and I'm going to click on add the softwares. And then you click on add the software device. And once you click on this, you will be prompted for some information to enter, what type of device you are going to enter. Now here we need to select, before this, I think I need to create a profile first, controller profile. So before you do this, the first thing we need to create something called controller profile. That's the first thing I have to do. Now, basically this, if you are deploying SD-WAN on premises, the customers, basically the customer need to provide the vBond profile information inside the plug and play portal. So here already I have a profile, so I'm going to add a new profile, add a profile, and the controller type, what type of controller method I'm using, a vBond in our SD-WAN, and I'm going to click on next. And then you can probably provide some profiling information here. Now controller type, once you provide, now you can give some profile name as SD-WAN profile 1, some name. And then the rest of the options you can just leave to the default. So there must be an organization name, and also we need to provide the controller. So in my case, my VBond will be 192.168.100.3. That will be the IP address. So I'm going to specify the IPv4, because in organization, if you have a domain name, then you can type in like www.xyz.com. I don't have a registered domain, and also I don't have a DNS resolution kind of thing. So I'll be using some IPv4, and I'm going to type in the IP address of the VBond. Now in the production network, this can be your public IP, or it can be a domain which exists in your organization. And this information you will be providing also to the Cisco. So basically all the VHs, they will be inbuilt or integrated with this configs to connect this VBond device automatically. So in my case, I'm using the IP. So we need to provide this information. Just provide this information. We are using customer hosted option. Click on next. So this information you need to enter like organization name, which is going to define your organization name, which is going to match the certificate process. And also that information must be consistent. If you remember, in our labs, we use this domain name, and also the primary controller, which is going to be the VBond address, and then submit. Now, once I click on next, it says invalid deployment mode. Now the error is actually, I already have a profile which is already created. So already I have a profile for this controller type. So I'm not going to create another profile. So that's okay. But these are the steps you need to follow while we are creating this. Now, once you do this, the next steps will be, there will be a couple of screenshots, which I will show you what generally you get after this. The first step, you enter the profile type and the settings, and then probably you are going to review that information. This is what you will get, the third page. And finally, the fourth step will be the confirmation. So in the confirmation, it is going to tell that the profile is successfully created. Now, once you create this profile, now what I can do is I can go and add the virtual edge devices. So like in our labs, I'll be using the virtual devices. So if you have some physical devices, then you can add those devices inside the plug and play connect page. So let me just quickly show you the options here. We go to the devices, and from the devices, we need to click on add software devices, because here I'm going to use the virtual devices. Then I'm going to click on software devices and click on a software button. Now, once I click on this, then we need to select the type of the device. Now, the type is nothing but the base PID, where you have to enter the base PID as vEdge Cloud DNA. This is the PID for vEdge devices which you are going to use. And let's say if you are using any CEdge devices, probably we need to say CSR 1KV, that is for CSR devices. We'll be using this a little bit later on. If you're using any ISR devices, ISRV, then this is the ID for identification. So in my case, I'm going to use the vEdge Cloud DNA. And how many? You can just enter them. Let's say 10. And what is a profile? The controller profile we already created before. So you must have a controller profile created before you do this. And you can add some description and click on save this. Now, once we provide this information, now here you can see this is my vEdge Cloud DNA. The quantity is 10. And once I do this, then I'll be getting some, click on next. And then you can click on submit here. So I should see status here. Now devices will be added. For a few minutes, there will be option it shows. So your request will be processed in the background and the email will be sent. Okay. So this is just a portal page. Now here you can see it's asking me pending for publish. So the devices will be added and it's pending to publish state. So after some time, it is going to show you this provision. So after it shows you the green, then it's like provision. And once it provision, then you can download this WAN edge files from here. So let's wait for some time to see this. So now you can see the option, it says provision. Now once that status become provision, we can go to the controller profile and we can download this provision file. So I need to go to this controller profiles now. And here you can see the provision file. You can see this is a provision file. Click on this. And once I click on this provision file, now we need to select the controller versions. So we're using 18 or later versions. Like I think in our lab, we're using 19 version. We have to select the format, the controller, what version we are using, and then click on download. Now, once I click on download, it's going to prompt me where exactly you want to download. I can just download anywhere, let's say on the desktop meantime. And once I download, your licenses for your WAN edge devices will be ready. Now, probably in our next step, we'll be uploading this, but this will be your license file. So if I quickly go and open up, this is how it looks, serial file.viptela. That is typical format what you will see.